Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Jones. We're here at the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank, California. And Jon, what even brings you to the Burbank lot of Warner Brothers?
Oh man, we got a phone call from the Warner Brothers studio saying that they wanted to meet us and they had some potential movie offers for us. So yeah, we're here meeting some pretty top dogs in the Warner Brothers studio. So I'm honored.
I'm glad you dressed up for the occasion.
Oh, I had to show them my savvy side.
What kind of stuff do you want to do? I mean, as far as you want to look to do action movies, seems like a logical thing for you. But is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I always looked at acting as something that could be considered like something that could sidetrack you. But I'm realizing that there's a lot of different avenues of success with being an MMA fighter. There's so many things you can get into, and my window is not very big. So. It's been growing on me, the thought of it. I figured if Rampage could do it, and if Randy Couture could do it, no offense to those guys, in any,
sure.
To any right, why can't I, So I think it'd be cool.
Actually, that leads me right into the question then about Rampage. Did you see A-Team? What'd you think of his work?
I think Rampage did a great job. Yeah, I'm playing a character and sticking to a character. It's tougher than people realize.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to do a Bud Light commercial recently, and I've been doing some K-Swiss commercials with Kenny Powers, and being a character and remembering lines and things is tougher than people think. So I have a lot of respect for Rampage for doing such a good job.
Well, plus the fact that you guys, you maybe not so much because you don't get hit that much, but you get hit in the head a lot. It's hard to remember your lines.
I don't get hit too often, not even in practice. I have a lot of pride in using that reach, and yeah.
Very nice. Well, let's talk about Rampage because you guys are going to be fighting for the title in September. Looks like in Denver. How you feeling about that fight?
I feel great. Rampage is an awesome fighter. He's awesome combatant. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. He's looking better and better in every fight. I think he could be remotivated to get a belt back, and my job is to make sure I don't give it back to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where
do you see him being the most dangerous for you?
Oh, by far with his hands. He likes to keep the fights at a close range, and he's really good with punching at all different types of angles with hooks and all types of different angles. So yeah, his hands is his biggest threat. He also showed a really nice right knee in that last fight. So I respect him everywhere.
Right. The thing that's interesting about Rampage, he told us all during the week at 1:30. It's not like he has a grudge to pick with you, but he was really mad at himself for being fat so that he couldn't take the Shogun fight.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? And so I have a feeling that part of him feels like, you got his opportunity before to take that fight. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but I know that he really wanted that fight and was bummed that he didn't get it. So you got to take on that?
Yeah, big part of success is being ready. Being ready when your time comes. Being ready to answer that call when they call you. They say 80% of success is just showing up and being there, and he wasn't ready or prepared to be there, and I was. So it's as simple as that.
Yeah, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready. When I'm not competing, the heaviest I get is 230. And I hear he was about 250. So I respect the guy. I'm not trying to trash talk him, but he just simply wasn't ready.
So everybody wanted to see you and Rashad fight too, though. I mean, you guys have got a lot going on with each other. There's a lot of build up to this. There's a lot of drama that we don't even need to rehash or anything like that. But is that a fight that you want?
Absolutely. Rashad is a great combatant, and he's a teammate. I know how to fight him already. He claims that he knows how to fight me already, but I do pretty well against opponents without ever sparring them or anything. So imagine what I could do with a blueprint already and where I can go in different directions. I'm excited for the fight. It's going to be great. It's funny. Rashad always talks about at the time he held me down and I couldn't get up. That was true. That was true. But that lasted for about maybe a minute and 30 seconds. That's a minute and 30 seconds of my whole entire MMA career. Mm-hmm. He talks about that one moment of glory that he had, and he's convinced a lot of people that because that one day of training, he could actually handle me or on the ground and dominate me on the ground. So it's funny, I talked about the times where I could have finished him on several different occasions and several different practices and different days, different times of the day. And he talks about the one moment that he held me down for about 30 seconds. And that was a long time ago. So I'm excited. I'm excited to prove to myself and to my fans that I'm champ for a reason.
I mean, you're definitely champ for a reason, John. You're. I don't want to say that you're walking through people because you're certainly facing very tough competition, and you took out one of my favorite people, Shogun. Anyway, I'm a big fan. I think he's
Shogun's
great.
A great guy.
He's a fantastic guy. So. It's just one of those things that you're so young, and people kind of keep saying, you don't really learn a lot about yourself as a fighter until you lose, and you got to do all that. So, what's your response for that? I mean, do you feel that you're still learning a lot every fight, and how do you answer that claim that you maybe aren't learning humility or whatever because you haven't lost yet?
Right. There's a lot to learn, and life is one big lesson, and I've been learning my whole life. Nothing is by coincidence. I have no magical powers, and just the guy trips and falls, and I end up winning. Everything that has happened in my life has been earned. I've even as a wrestler, I was never a winner. I was never the team captain. I was never the starter on the football team. I always had to earn everything, every inch of success that I've accomplished. So I don't feel as if you need to lose in order to learn. And I've lost a lot in practice. You don't just go out there and be able to slip punches and be able to be accurate with your striking by coincidence. I've worked very hard for everything that I have. So I think I learn every day. I don't think it takes defeat to lose.
How's the hand doing?
My hand is doing great. My hand is doing really great. I'm ready to start my training camp in about 2 weeks. And I'm excited. My hand's doing great.
A lot of conspiracy theorists think that you weren't hurt.
That won't hurt.
Yeah, and that you did this, and these machinations of this, and so you could get out of this fight and get that fight. Talk to us about it.
I think it's interesting. I'm really not one to try to defend myself. I know I have no reason to lie. Judging on the way I perform, why would I try to duck any fight? It's interesting. Rashad did a good job of convincing the world that I tried to duck him, which is totally not true. Dana White has every CAT scan that I've had. Every doctor that I've gone to see was a doctor that Dana White and his secretaries, they schedule every appointment that I have. And, so there's legit documents to show, CAT scans, MRIs of the tissue damage and things like that. So, this will all be a part of a story one day. And, I'm comfortable with it. At the end of the day, no one's going to remember any hand injury or any Twitter battles. It's going to be, who won the fight. So I just try to let people believe whatever they believe. I think my real supporters know what type of guy I am. They know that, one of my biggest goals outside of, being, one of the best fighters of all times, one of my biggest goals is just to be a rememberable character, to leave a personality behind for people to remember. And a big part of what I'm trying to show people is confidence, self-confidence, and earning things and working for things and being an overcomer and, things like that. So I can't preach confidence and be afraid of people. It's just, I fear no one but Christ. So It'll be interesting to see, who wins the fight and how much people will remember about a silly hand injury.
Mm-hmm. You going to stay at Jackson's camp? I know you've been out in Los Angeles in the SoCal area, scoping out some other gyms. Perhaps I know a couple of places you may have stopped by. So, are you looking to expand and work with some fresh people?
Yeah, me being at other gyms was strictly for.
You're seeing other people.
Yeah, for business. It was all photo shoots and stuff. Yeah. But I couldn't imagine myself being without Jackson's camp. Those guys. They're a strong band of friends and brothers. Even though this Rashad Evans situation happened, we're still a family at Jackson's, and it's a great program for me. I love it. I love everything about them.
Nice. So while you've been out here, you stop any crime, anything like that, any jaywalking, anything you've seen happen? Because you have like this knack for, and it's funny because when stuff like that happens, and I don't know if you saw on one of the sites they tried to rig it up that it was all fake, and they put Bert down in the ground like he was the yeah, exactly, Bert the coordinator, like he was the perp. I mean. It was hilarious, I thought.
It's funny. I didn't hear any of that, but no, I haven't been. I just been minding my business, and if I see anything going down, I'm sure I'll stick my nose in it.
Nice.
That's who I am.
Nice. All right. Well, that's about it, I guess. I want to know, obviously you're going to be training, but anything else you like to do in the summer, kind of let loose? What does John Jones do to relax in the summertime? You a barbecue man? You a beach guy? What do you do?
I just focus on my swag, just... No, I'm joking. That's funny. I have a German Shepherd at home that I have a lot of pride in training. So, I'm training my German. I'm doing a lot of playing with my dogs. I just actually got the invisible fence put around our yard. So, I thought if you get the invisible fence, you can just get it installed and let the dogs run outside and they get shocked and come back in. But there's a lot of training that goes on to teach them how to know their boundaries and know how the fence works. So I've been doing a lot of training with my dogs lately when I'm home.
What'd you name your dogs?
His name's BJ, Bones Jr. And then we have a golden doodle named Molly. Yeah, so yeah, just my dogs, my girl, and my kids, and just kicking it.
Nice.
Kicking it.
Nice. All right, well, John, congratulations on the success you've already had at such a young age. And
Just a baby.
Just a baby. Do you get sick of that?
No, I'm young. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, young is good.
I think I'll be a pretty awesome 28-year-old when that time comes, or a 30-year-old. It'd be pretty sweet. I'm taking in a lot of knowledge at a young age, so it's cool.
Good. All right. Well, congratulations. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you. You're going to be the new guy in 2.5 Men, right? I believe Ashton Kutcher is out, and you're the new.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Just messing with you.
That's funny.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for having me.